Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hello, this is Frantz, Kantor, cartoonist, illustrator, toon talker, and I'm here with Jim Bridges, and I'm one of the blokes who run the Australian Cartoon Museum at Docklands, to which we say yippee-i-ki-o, I-A. What are we looking at? This is Meister Presents Wanted, Caricature, and Western. And all these mostly French guys. Yeah, After and Borat and Coquelet and Da Costa and Lebeltel and Meister. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And Moulatier. Moulatier, I know. Yeah, well, he goes back for 30 years ago. Yeah, so this is L'Edition Valentine. And yes. It's beautiful. So what this is caricatures of
American Western, classic Westerns.
Yeah.
Now, there's the gun. This book has been led to us by Paul Harvey, who is one of Australia's great caricaturists, and he actually bought it off Borat, the actual artist, who actually did this little drawing for him.
Yeah.
This little pencil, which is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that nose, wrapped around his head.
Yeah.
You know? And so they, and these are the characters themselves who drew all this stuff.
Yeah. Jean Moulatier, I know.
I follow this guy.
The Grand Rules.
I follow this guy.
Yeah, so let's get into it. This is a Moulatier of John Wayne. This is quite a famous...
this is nearly 30, 35 years old.
Yeah, it's been used quite a lot. With you're probably aware of this one. It's lovely, isn't it? He's got a lovely pencil texture. Colour pencil
and look
texture.
At all these.
Builds
look
up.
at all these.
Yeah. Well, when you're on a good thing, stick to it.
I love that some of my favourite caricatures, it doesn't matter who they are, that they're drawing, you never see their eyes. They don't, you know, it's a pity you can't see this. This is in colour. And so is that. They're beautiful.
That's another Moulatier. Yeah. This is from Rio Bravo. This is Thierry Coquelet. Yeah. Thierry Coquelet did this as well. But this is lovely because from
you can't see
Rio Bravo.
You can't see the fine pencil work in this. There's all
Rio Bravo is the 60s, isn't it, or 50s?
60s. There's all this fine colour cross hatching.
Yeah.
Which is exquisite.
That's beautiful. Those wrinkles around the eyes.
This guy's great.
Beautiful.
He's great. And there's Walter Brennan. This is all from Rio Bravo. There's
Ricky Nelson and Dean Martin. And, of course, Angie.
The best film she ever did, I reckon.
Oh, Pepper.
Yeah. This is from El Dorado, which is a remake.
Yeah.
And they used...
Robert Mitchum. Is Robert Mitchum here?
As the drunk character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another Duke
Wayne.
by Moulatier. No, by Meister.
Meister, yeah.
Meister.
I'm glad you're doing the pronunciation. I'm pretty horrible.
Very cool. And what else have we got? Victor McLaughlin. This is from
Fort Apache.
Fort Apache.
Yeah, he's in a lot of.
This is nice. He's little working sketches.
He's got a head like a brick shithouse. You know, he's got a great head. He was in a lot of Ford movies. This is a Ford movie. Fort Apache. He was in the Quiet Man too. Here's a nice Jimmy Stewart.
The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Yeah. He's the bad guy from The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
No, that's Liberty Valance.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's Liberty Valance.
Yeah.
But he's still the bad guy.
You have to ask yourself, who was the man who shot Liberty Valance?
Him.
No, it was John Ford.
Oh, because he filmed it.
Yeah, he's the man.
So then his cameraman.
Trick question. Isn't that beautiful? Look at his... Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
This is a bit strange.
It's nice, though.
It is. It's a bit strange. He's sort
acrylic.
He's turned him into a...
Oil. He's turned him into acrylic.
He's turned him into a rock. But that's beautiful. It's just captured It's like two different portraits. It's beautiful. And here we have this. This is going back in the 50s. This is
Gary.
Yeah. High Noon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, although these films were made many years ago, and that's Randolph Scott, you can tell straight away.
That's nice.
They approach caricature very differently to the Americans and the British, don't they?
I don't think so. This is very more Drucker.
No, the angles are too strong. Beautiful, look at that.
Well, this is when you look for angles, you look for opportunities to distort things. So I quite like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing. That's Thierry Coquelet again.
Yeah, he's
very cool. Finds these sort of shapes that link up to one another, and they create a beautiful sense of balance.
I follow this guy on Facebook. He's great. Randolph Scott. I mean, this is a bit funny. It's almost like he's had a bit of a stroke here. But Randolph Scott was this, no nonsense sort of cowboy who always went off with his horse,
as opposed to the nonsense cowboy.
Oh well,
the nonsense cowboy?
Like he'd ride into town in the beginning of the film with a couple of bodies over his horse, drop them off, and he'd go, "Where's my money?" You know, and he seemed like a bad guy. I love the blue pencil.
Yeah, Glenn Ford.
Yeah.
Hey, Pancho!
Yeah, Cisco. And look.
Who's that? Gregory Peck.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't look very Gregory Peck.
Well, he's got his eyes shut. Well, is that from the big country?
The sun shining straight in his face.
From the big country?
That would be from. Yeah, must be. Yeah, there's no other film. He didn't make.
No, he made a lot of westerns.
He didn't.
He made it. Yes, he did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he made one of the last classic westerns.
Painting.
So, the Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
But this is early 30s, 40s, Clark Gable. Yeah. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a tram.
So what they've done here is they've grabbed all of these faces from different films and they've put them into these little chapters.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the Misfits with Marilyn Monroe and Montgomery Clift. It's a good film. It's a pity about I mean, that should be in colour. Shouldn't it? You know, you'd see that's how it's done. And this is, what is it? Winchester. I think, the film about the rifle. Anthony Mann movies. And here's this.
Richard Widmark. He's been in a couple of films.
Yeah, lots of westerns. The Alamo, which is a terrible movie. It's a John Wayne movie. Yeah, you could really do stuff with these classic faces. He's almost a Grinch there, isn't he? That's a lovely portrait, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is from Shane.
Jack Palance.
Pick up the gun.
So he's from.
Pick up the gun.
There's another Jack Palance there. This is Van Heflin.
Yeah,
and that's Alan Ladd.
Yeah, this is from Shane. Pick up the gun. He's one of the best bad guys. Of all time.
So of course he's from City Slickers as well. That's the last time.
Pick up the gun. That's him in his old age. I love these roughs before they, That's Monty Walsh, yeah.
And here we have Burt Lancaster.
Gunfight at OK Corral. That's with Kirk Douglas. And what's this? This is different. This is from the Vera Cruz. Yeah, that's a very early 50s film.
And
of course, I don't remember Ronald Reagan in a western.
Oh, I think he's been in one.
Yeah, probably one. And of course, he's a very early
Kirk Douglas.
Yeah,
this is Malatier again.
Very
loves,
early.
Those faces.
1970. So
big shapes.
That's 50 years old. That drawing. He died. He died last year, didn't he? Yeah.
Very cool. There's lots of him. Who's that?
It's Dorothy Malone.
Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
From something.
The Last Sunset.
Giant.
Well, yeah, but not that movie. She's not in the Giant for a start. And they're nice. Who's that?
It's Kirk.
Yeah, but who's that? I don't know who she is.
Don't know.
I love the side views, aren't they? It sort of it tells you more about them, you know.
Explorative.
I mean, he had an incredible face. It was like, you know, chiseled out of rock or something.
Yeah,
you know?
this is the Kirk Douglas book.
Oh, I love these. Yeah. Last
So
Train from Gun
versatile.
Hill.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
versatile.
there he is. Okay, Crowe. Yeah. It's not a very good Burt Lancaster there. He's sort of cropped his face, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's still got the bum chin.
Yeah. Now, I love this. I just love this.
Oh, that is Victor Mature.
Yeah, we used to call him Victor Immature.
And Henry.
Henry, and that's my
Linda
darling
Darnell, I don't know
Clementine.
who's-
Yes, and that's a great picture of her. And he plays Doc Holliday, the alcoholic, who's got consumption. And I think that's one of his best roles because they stuck him in a lot of those sword and sandals.
I liked him in After the Fox.
Yeah.
There's Victor again. This is
Kirk.
who did that? Malatier? No, Burt.
Burt, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice, strong one. Coquelet, another one of Coquelet. So Coquelet looks for these beautiful shapes, these sharp,
Yes.
Big things. He just plays with them, and of course then builds in the textures.
I mean,
It's
this
really
is
nice work.
See, it's almost like crumpled paper up here, isn't it? It's great. Now the Indians, of course.
This is how he developed them. So you can see he's changed this one. Oh, that's Meister. There's Theory Coquelet. So you can have a look at how he's progressed from that sketch, quick sketch, to this one. So all of the information's already done in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Sitting
Even up
Bull,
here.
that's from a photograph of Sitting Bull. It's
Yeah.
an actual Sitting Bull. Again, there's probably actual Sitting Bull. This
Well,
is
that's
the
Victor
actual
Mature.
Mature.
He looks like he lost a bit of
Samson.
weight in that picture. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, well, you need somewhere to park your car into the shade, for God's sake.
Yeah.
This
The Indians are great.
this
Jeff
is
Chandler.
Jeff Chandler.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one of him. And this
Yeah.
is an actual Sitting Bull again, or another photograph of a real live chief, Comanche chief. He was
Look how it's really.
Kahadi.
I mean, if you drew that, the same picture with the skeleton, the skull underneath it in that shape, it'd be pretty unusual.
Quahadi.
It'd be pretty interesting,
Comanche.
wouldn't it? Oh, look at this! Isn't this stuff terrific?
Chief Red Cloud.
Isn't this stuff terrific?
So I don't know why they've put these in. France has this romantic.
Well, that's right. The
notion
Indian,
about
that's Chuck
American
Connors.
Yeah, Rifleman.
Yeah, but he played
Branded.
Geronimo.
I only know these people from TV westerns.
Yeah.
They used to be.
So that's from the photo of Geronimo.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh, this is from The Last of the Mohicans. That's
well, it's 2012, so it's that's the last film they made of it. Yeah. And of course, he doesn't lose his likeness in any drawing, does he? I like the horse.
Chaser.
I like the horse, and look how he's
The horse
changed
gets
it.
better over there.
Definitely. And look at this balance. Yeah. But these are the real. I think the real Indians are pretty interesting.
Well, they're based on
The photos.
old photos,
Yeah.
1800s.
Yeah.
The
Major
Charlton
Dundee.
Heston, Major Dundee. This is Yul Brynner,
The 7.
Mercenaries. the 7 Mercenaries. So this is Marlborough country. This is the 7
the
Samurai.
7 Samurai, correct. Yeah, but what was it called? The
Magnificent
Seven. That's correct. Yeah. I didn't like that film personally.
This is a nice
It
one.
was really popular all over the world.
Jean-Marc
He's caught him here, hasn't he?
Jean-Marc Barrault.
He's caught him here when he's riding shotgun. He's rolling his cigar in his mouth.
That's a lovely.
Yes.
Ooh, that's nice too. This is Coquelet, Theory Coquelet.
Yeah.
His beautiful study. And this is Theory Coquelet again.
Yeah.
Theory Coquelet is sort of like become the master of this genre. I think he's featured nearly on every page.
Well, he does
Really
a lot.
loves this.
He does a lot of.
This Theory again, James Coburn.
That's a redrawing, because that was that looks like it's a redrawing of a mutilate that we did in. Oh, there it is. Yeah, these were done. Yeah, he did these in the 70s, and that's a redrawing of the mutilate ones. Yeah. He's the guy who throws the knife. He doesn't have a gun. These are the other characters from
Napoleon Solo.
Yeah.
And the
Horst
ugly guy
Schultz.
from House of Wax.
This guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's what's his name?
This is Brad Dexter.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad Dexter.
Yeah, he was the first to die, I think. And there he is. Look at this.
This is nice.
This is lovely, isn't it?
Very sensitive.
But pushing that chin in that angle.
Yeah. Is that...
He did have big
Jean-Marc
moony
Barra.
eyes. He did
So
have-
each one of them has a, they really excel.
Yeah.
Not in every single picture, but, this is a beautiful one of
He's
Jean-Marc
got a
Barra.
bullet hole in his head. He doesn't need that. You know what I mean? It's just sort of, it's almost like a distinguished picture. Love the mouth too. Just
Well,
sitting
the shadows give that... now, the shadows make it look really distinguished. These are really good. So these are all a whole bunch of Vladimir Sokolov and Rosenda Monteros. These are characters. These are some of the villagers. But this guy here, Badgers, we don't know. That's not him. There's a different
Eli
movie.
Wallach.
Eli Wallach.
Yeah, he's in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Look at the horse. He's
Yeah,
got-
the horse even looks like him. So he's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, he's got a great.
This is a nice, sensitive picture from Da Costa.
Well, I don't know.
It's beautiful. It's nice.
It's very
That
photorealistic,
would
isn't
be,
it?
what film would
Look,
that
look at
be
all the
from?
work he's done on here. All the work he's done on there.
Nice. Paul Newman. There's Paul Newman again.
That's Paul Newman, not here, but that's not. Yeah.
Mr. Costa.
It's a great drawing.
Very nice.
Like, you know exactly who that is, don't you, straight away?
This is another Da Costa. This is Catherine Ross and Robert Redford in the movie.
He's fattened him up a bit. Fattened him up a bit.
This is lovely.
Yes, it is lovely. That's the best part of it.
Ooh, this is nice. Okay, so here we go with Malatier.
So
So
you're going
these
back
are
to the 70s for this
really,
drawing.
really cool. With this,
You're going back to the
Malatier
70s.
does this sort of crosshatch.
Yes.
And irrespective of what colour it looks like, you can just see the amount of tonal work that he builds up.
In the early
Light and shade.
60s, 70s, and mid 80s, he worked with two other artists. He would draw the face.
And they
The
call
other guy
themselves
would-
the Grand Ghouls.
Yeah, the other guy would do the background, and the other guy would do the body. And they would they'd put about 3 weeks of drawing into one picture, and it'd go on the cover of some German, like Der Spiegel or something like that.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman, Little Big Man, and this is, of course, One-Eyed Jacks,
Yes.
Marlon Brando.
Which is a very good western.
Probably his best film.
No,
I don't like On the Waterfront.
that's a great film.
I don't like it.
Isn't this funny? Look at this.
Could
This
have
is
been
almost-
a contender. Could have been a contender.
He didn't talk like that. He does it with... Look, he's one of the most beautiful men on, and also sensitive, and one of the great actors of cinema. And you pick out his best film, one of his best films, like... This is true. This is almost like The Mask, isn't it? But he's got that, that life force in him. James Coburn. Jack Elam. You have to... Not bad, but you want more on the eye, don't you?
Yeah, he had a sort of...
You want more on the
with
eyes.
Pie eyes.
Yeah, so this is an early...
Angie Dickinson
Yeah.
by Thierry Coquelet.
yeah, this is lovely. Beautiful. Classic.
Ah, here we go, Jane Russell.
Yeah.
also by Thierry Coquelet.
Have a Tussle with Jane Russell. That's what they used to advertise her. She's terrific in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Natalie Wood.
Now this is a bit.
Hello.
You don't need that there.
She's one of the most beautiful women. I don't know why they did that.
Yes.
She's very interesting. Sharon Stone. This is in that 90s film, which I can't remember. Can't remember the name of it now, but it's really cool.
So we're getting into Once Upon a Time in the West now.
Well, that's better.
Yeah, this is funny too because there is a fly that's driving him nuts in the beginning of the film. They're all waiting to shoot this guy, and this is typical letterboxing of
spaghetti western style, like Sergio Aragonés.
And all this is pinched from all those styles and framing. They're all pinched from Sergeant Blueberry, which is the French cowboy cartoon comic.
Sergio Leone.
Yeah. Well,
this is where you get stuck in a corner.
Yeah, this is funny.
That is very good.
Very funny.
Jean-Marc Barrault.
Yeah, you really got him now. Yeah.
This
Woody Strode. Woody Strode was terrific. Yeah. What do you think of this style of semi-realistic, almost like a pointless type of colour?
Yeah, it's more impressionistic. It's good.
Yeah. It's fleshy. It's fleshy, isn't it? Yeah, Jason Robarb's. This is lovely. Look at this. Look how narrow that nose is. Look, it's almost like a bone.
Henry Fonda and Claudia Cardinale.
I didn't like Henry Fonda in this film. I think he's got her. He's got her. She's great.
She's actually quite tough in this film. She's a very cool character.
Yeah.
There she is again, so you can sort of get an idea. I don't quite like that. It's very sort of chunky for some reason, I don't know.
I don't think the style suits his face, of what you know about him.
Oh, this is lovely. This is Croquelet again.
Yeah, beautiful. Look, it's just...
Croquelet.
It's almost like he's a dried piece of wood
jerky
that's been floating around the desert, and he's completely clean. You know what I mean? He's windswept clean with his it's like the fishermen's faces. You know, they're all incredibly weathered and almost sculpted.
So he's the face that John West rejected. Not keen on that. I've seen this before, Valencia. I'm not sort of keen on that. I think it's sort of like too simplified, the shape. This is nice. Da Costa's one of his best ones. I like the intensity around this area and the fact that the lips have got that sort of Jane Fonda now, that sort of...
tightness.
Yeah.
Well, that's her dad. There is some sort of connection there.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. But I can see that because I've watched a lot of Jane Fonda movies.
Oh, yeah.
So I can see that expression.
What's your favourite?
Barbarella.
You got to be kidding.
I like Barbarella.
You got to be...
I like Clute, but I like Barbarella.
Clute's good, yeah.
I love Barbarella.
These guys should do Hitchcock movies, I reckon. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful drawing? I love it.
Hitchcock.
Love it.
Film noir. Detective films.
Yeah.
Maybe we should...
That's lovely. It's absolutely lovely, that drawing. Look at it. I can hang that on the wall quite easily.
Yeah, I did an exhibition of caricatures of westerns, but they're all TV shows.
Yeah, you did the TV shows.
Mostly.
Yeah.
I did do Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Look at the legs.
Yeah.
Because he's an old bloke. I just thought he was just badly used in the film. He was miscast.
Well, he was a baddie.
I know, but that's all right. He could be a baddie. But
you couldn't have a worse baddie than this guy. He kills kids and all that stuff. He's a horrible murderer.
This is lovely. Look at this.
This is the spaghetti. So you've got the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And look at that mouth.
Yeah, well, he was called. Wasn't he called the Rat?
Yeah. Lovely. Who is it? Yeah.
Look how unflatteringly they've treated Clint.
And his mouth is very interesting, isn't it?
He's got some beautiful shapes. The muscles and things that sort of point him down.
Yeah.
He's got really beautiful shapes there. And he was a leading man. And, where did I see him from? He was in a film.
Lee Van Cleef. Well, that film made him. He just played bad guys.
Yeah, I remember him from a B film, like a horror film.
Yeah, he's in lots of them.
And here we go with Henry Fonda again, with the specs.
Henry Fonda.
Oh, here we got Terence Hill. Beautiful. Yeah. That's nice.
My Name is Nobody.
They're really cool films. Those.
Do you reckon?
Because the thing I like about them is the sound effects.
Oh,
they'll have those over-the-top punches.
That's all they were.
Yeah, but they're completely over the top.
I know, but they're like...
It was like a car crash sound for every tap.
They're like kung fu soundtracks in a western.
They're bigger. They're like the epic scale punches.
Yeah, and there was him and that fat guy who was sweating all the time.
Yeah, nice.
I think he did a similar drawing in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Look at all this work, all this crosshatch, all the colour crosshatch. God, how long do you reckon he would spend doing that?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah.
Is that good, huh? This looks like one of your drawings.
Da Costa. There's a beautiful tonal drawing here.
Yeah, it reminds me of your drawing, the tonal quality with the whites and the
That's quite an interesting idea. I've never done that before, taken a frame from film and do a caricature of that. It's quite an interesting idea. Wouldn't mind. I think that's a good challenge.
That's very linear, that drawing, isn't it? So all the lines are very strong and...
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know about that. It's loose, but it's beautiful. It's sort of like, angry eyes.
Every which way.
I'll pack your angry eyes.
Every which way but loose. Yeah, softening with a bit of pink. Yeah.
It's red.
I'm colourblind.
Oh, look at that. This is angry.
Yes,
all roads lead down to that.
Yes.
Sort of like,
nice mouth.
Yeah, you can sort of simplify that in a couple of strokes.
Yeah.
If you were, what's his name? Who did that sort of Hirschfeld. You would do that.
You would
in a couple of strokes, and it'll be nailed.
But he would do about 500 strokes, and then he'd rub all of them except one. That's how he did it.
This is Klaus. The daughter's better looking. Don't worry.
He was in Dr. Zhivago, and they're on this train, and he's locked up. He's a prisoner, and he's like a mad animal. He's got all these. He always played like mad animal characters, and he's got all these huge chains on him. And he says, "Huh, you think I'm a prisoner? I'm the only one who's free. You're all, you're all prisoners of the mind."
And then clanked off in his chains.
This is wonderful. Look at this. Yeah, this is their Volonte character. He played a lot of terrific roles. He had a wonderful meaty face. He used in all these European movies.
I think there's the potatoes.
I think he tried to get into American movies, but he couldn't. I think there's one or two of them, but and he's terrific. Always the close-ups, the sweaty close-ups. Gee, that looks like after he's hung. Do you reckon that looks like Ely Wallach?
Yeah. Clint?
He's scratching himself when he's about to be hung.
I don't remember that. Seen that?
Remember
film?
that?
Yeah. Same time he made these films, he was making Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed.
He was in one episode.
Mr. Ed, yeah. I think just after Rawhide or during Rawhide.
Yeah. I tell you what, he's an incredibly wooden actor. Incredibly wooden actor, and yet he's turned out to be a great director.
But you need to be wood for those roles.
This is strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Unforgiven, isn't it?
Got the underlight happening at the eyes. It's nice.
Yeah, you don't normally see that, do you?
Costa. Costa's really good with catching light. Just that you can see that in there.
Yeah, John Russell, he was in...
This burnt out effect here. Yeah. I think he's got little hairs perhaps on the knuckles.
Yeah.
It's Da Costa. Da Costa loves light. This sort of that sort of glowing glossiness.
John Russell was in. He's the bloke who rides into town to get his brother out of jail in Rio Bravo, and he's in the television.
This tall guy.
Yeah, he was in the television series. 2 television series. He was in.
Have Gun Will Travel.
No. He had his own. He had 2 series. He had his own.
Bat Masterson.
No. He was a marshal in one of them.
Oh yeah.
And the other one, he was.
I know him.
Oh,
I know him.
And he had a really. When he's a marshal, he just looked perfect as a marshal because his face
Marshal
was.
Dillon.
I'm a good guy.
Was it Dillon?
No, that's someone else. Can't remember. I'm going back 60 years, so I can't remember.
No, I remember the show.
Yeah, and he had a younger guy who was a offsider. Lawman. The lawman came with a gun. There was a job to be done.
Sorry,
and
folks.
though he lived and he died by the code of the lawman. That's it. Isn't that funny?
Morgan.
Yeah. Now he's got a great face.
Unforgiven.
Nice light.
Yeah. Another one of Morgan by Meister. Oh, this is a nice one of Morgan. This is Lebetel. Thomas Lebetel. It's very beautiful. Tonal.
They're not going...
Let's see with the crosshatch.
Yeah.
That thing, Malatier and all of the Grand Ghouls created, this sort of crosshatch effect was very effective.
Yeah. But I think overdone in the end. They've only got a little bit of his facial scars, haven't they?
Oh, good. Gene Hackman, finally. It's a nice one. It's Da Costa. Meister.
Yeah. Didn't like that movie.
Don't remember it. I don't know it.
Oh, no. He was in The Unforgiven as well, but that's not the film I'm talking about.
Okay, this is nice. Clint Eastwood. This is by Meister, and he's playing with the shapes.
Well, this is very French. The French have this pretzel-like school of caricature.
Sometimes, yeah. It's like
they were doing it. They were doing it 40 years ago. Yeah. And this is Deadwood, of course. Ian McShane's a terrific actor in that series.
Yeah,
but I don't think they really. I mean, well,
he's better in American Gods.
Yeah, I've never seen that. So these are all.
Kevin Costner, of course, from that stinker. No, it wasn't. Stands with a Fist. What's that film called? I know, with that Indian
horses, wolves.
They only shoot horses.
No, God.
Dances with horses.
Dances with wolves.
That's it. Dances with.
They shot horses.
Mermaids. Water dances.
It's nearly 45 years ago, that film. Now, I would have drawn his face more haggard.
Someone said to me they hate Tommy Lee Jones.
He's got a wonderful face. And so is Sam Elliott.
Someone said they hate drawing Tommy Lee Jones. No, I was thinking about it.
What, too many lines?
I don't know, something about it. I'll have to have a look.
You should have a go at him.
Maybe. Mel Gibson. That's a nice
that's
picture
from
of Maverick.
Yeah.
I don't like that film.
No, I don't like it either.
I wasn't a big lover of the show either. No. Russell Crowe again, yeah. Yuma. That's a beautiful shot of Russell. It's a great character.
He doesn't look
Who
like
did
that. He doesn't look like that anymore. He doesn't look like that anymore.
No, but shadow of his...
True Grit?
True Grit.
Well, these are just quickies, aren't they?
He's not the True Grit. Who's that?
No. They remade it with Jeff Bridges.
Oh, God.
Feel your hand.
Why bother?
Well, the first one was terrible.
I don't remember.
Oh.
He won an Academy Award.
Yeah, but so what? Good
So he won an Academy Award.
Oh, Sam Elliott. Good on you, Sam. Lovely face. Look at it. Recently he shaved off his moustache, and people complain because they've only seen Sam Elliott for the last 30 years with a big hairy moustache like that. That's Lonesome Dove, isn't it?
Never seen it.
Okay, we're running right down to the end. Now these are the biographies.
Yeah, and
all in French. All in French.
Of course they are. And the end. Who's that? That's oh my gosh. That is Jean Girard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Mobius.
Yeah, Mobius. Yeah.
And of course he did and Lieutenant Blueberry.
This is Mobius strip.
Yeah,
which is now a halo,
like a jock strap.
Yeah, and there's the end. There's James Coburn. Oh, that's from
Jean Molatier. This is Dedication. What did he do? 27 Les Grands Ghouls in Pilote magazine, and he was also in there.
Well, he worked on Star Wars and all sorts of things.
Yeah,
this is my favourite spaghetti western of all time, which is A Fistful of Dynamite, about James Coburn and that fat Mexican guy who was Marlon Brando's brother, who could have been a contender. He's with him. What's his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's epic. It's epic. It's got this incredible epic feel about it. It's also called Duck You Sucker overseas. Okay.
All right.
So, hi, Paul. If you read this, it means you received the book, but I hope you received them well. No problems, in good condition. Tell me I can send you again if there's a problem. Thanks again, Mr. Barreau. Well,
people who don't trust the postman.
Yeah.
Because the postman only rings once.
And some of these books' drawings are available to buy on canvas or art paper. So, how about that? They're all beautiful, classic. But you get this feeling it's all from a European sensibility. Yeah. Because they think of the Western in a different way. That's nice. In an exotic sort of way, whereas we don't.
Absolutely. This is wanted. Yeah. So if you want this, you can get it.
Yeah.
This is from
and I think you should go out and get this Dead or Alive, don't you? It's that good.
All right.
Obviously one of the best caricature books we've ever looked at. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's really nice. I'm not familiar with a lot of the product because I grew up with TV westerns, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. So it was good to see the Grand Ghouls again. This is Frantz Kantor
and Cowboy Jim Bridges saying, "See you next week."
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.